Hey guys, and today, welcome to part 3 of Peak Detective and the Beast of Boffington. Let's continue.
If you're just joining us, you're listening to Vault.
Okay, what we're gonna do? What happened to the pineapples? We found 8 out of 10 portraits. So you need to find more portraits. I think I did not scan one. No, not in there, not in there, not in there, not in there.
What's this?
Isn't old Lord Ludwig a scary one? They say he always bit off more than he could chew. Ludwig the Glutton, some called him. He died with a spoon down his beak. Now, you would think that to put a bird off his dinner for a while, but not old Ludwig. He's been haunting our kitchen, or so cook swears on a stack of Mrs. Beeton's. She can't leave a dish out on the counter without half of it disappearing as soon as her back is turned. That's ghosts for you. Dead, but greedy.
Talk to cook. Okay. I think she's in here.
Excuse me?
Oh, what is it now?
There's a rumor about a ghost that haunts this kitchen.
A rumor? That's rich. That's no rumor. It's a hard-boiled fact. Who else but a ghost would come in here and steal my food? Everyone else knows that I give it away freely if asked politely. But I can't turn my back for a minute without something or other disappearing from my larder, or even from this very table. And who takes it away? It's a complete mystery. But if you ask me, it's that glutton Ludwig Boffington that steals my food. Couldn't get enough in life, can't get enough in death. That's rich people for you.
It sounds plausible.
You don't believe me? Suit yourself. I am going to my room to put my feet up now. And mark my words, the minute I'm gone, some of this stew will disappear.
This might be my chance to catch the ghost in flagranti. Hi, here are some alts just in case people don't know what in flagranti means. Like me. This might be my chance to catch the ghost red-handed. This might be my chance to catch the ghost in the act.
You believe what you choose, I suppose. I'm calling it a day. Now don't touch my stew when I'm gone. It's bad enough with the ghost ransacking my kitchen every time my eye is turned.
That soup does look good, though.
It can't hurt to wait around a bit, I suppose. Maybe that ghost of hers will turn up. Now, where's a good place to lurk? Ugh.
Oh, good, you're awake. Inhale deeply. Those are my mother's smelling salts. They can raise the dead.
Mrs. Honey, you're the food-stealing ghost?
Oh dear, I did not think this through, it appears. I am very sorry for what I'm about to do.
Oh, what happened? Did I just dream all that? A door inside a wardrobe. Will it lead to a mythical land? What's this? Knocking is a very rhythmical activity. Knock, knock-de knock, 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 knock. Now, where did I hear this recently? Huh. Most interesting. The Twins Restaurant. Sounds yummy.
Dear Aunt Dottie, please don't worry about us. The restaurant is a smashing success, and we aren't nearly fighting as much out here on the Sun Coast. It is far too hot for that. Please visit us soon. Love, your devoted nephews, Algernon and Estragon, the Boffington twins.
Algernon and Estragon of Boffington. Huh.
Hello?
You got knocked out 3 times.
What? I can't hear you. You'll have to speak up, I'm afraid. Being old is such a nuisance.
Aunt Dottie, I presume?
I'm Dorothea of Boffington. I'm sorry that I startled you. I did not expect visitors, you see. I don't get them very often. Nobody comes to see me these days but my dear friend Harriet, who is the housekeeper here at Boffington Hall. She brings up my meals these days. Sometimes she stays for a little chat, which is nice. Have you come for a chat?
I'm Pig Detective, and I wouldn't mind a little chat. Why did I have to climb into a wardrobe to get into your room?
My friend Harriet, who's the housekeeper here, says that I have to hide now that the new Lady Boffington is in residence. I'm only a poor relation, you see, and the Boffingtons are under no obligation to let me stay at Boffington Hall. Harriet is so worried that the new Lady Boffington will just turn me out without a penny when she realizes that I exist. So I have to hide up here and be really quiet. You won't tell anyone that you found me now, will you?
I can keep a secret if I have to.
That is very good of you.
I was just looking at the postcard from your devoted nephews.
Ah, yes, Algernon and Estragon. Such good boys. They used to fight a lot with each other, as twins do. But now they live on the Sun Coast where they opened a restaurant together and have but one heart and one soul. I would go to see them, but travel is so expensive these days, and I have no money of my own, you see.
I beg your pardon? I was under the impression that Algernon and Estragon are no longer alive. I heard that they drowned each other in the lake.
Algernon and Estragon drowned each other in the lake? Goodness, no. They are alive. It must be a joke or a prank of some sort. Oh, I know. I bet they put out the rumor that they are dead so the family would leave them alone. And then they ran off to the Sun Coast. I would run away from the Boffington family myself if I had the money. Boffingtons, as a rule, are very unpleasant people, you know. I only married into this family, so I'm the exception, you see.
You gave me quite a scare just now. I almost thought you were a ghost.
Oh, because of my veils. They are for the beekeeping, you see. Same as the smoke. I'm sorry that I startled you.
You keep bees.
Yes, I keep them and they keep me company, you see. I get a little lonely up here sometimes. This was a very nice chat, but now I am tired. I need to take a nap. Goodbye, young man.
I think I have a little bone to pick with that housekeeper now. Ah. What's this? Doo-ba-doo.
If you're just joining us, you're listening
Oh wait,
to Ball.
hang on. I think I have to talk to the housekeeper. Um,
Oh, it's you. What are you doing below stairs? Why aren't you upstairs investigating the guests?
I think I saw you carrying some food up into the attic earlier this evening.
Me, carrying food around the house? Well, I never. You must have seen a ghost. I don't carry food. We have servants for that.
A ghost? You're as bad as the cook. She believes there's a ghost haunting her kitchen. Says it's Ludwig of Boffington who can't stop eating, even in death. I've seen his portrait, and it makes sense. He's a bit fat.
I beg your pardon. Fat? Ludwig of Boffington fat? The poor old man has a problem with his glands, that's all. He was never fat. The abominable slander.
That figures, because apparently his ghost didn't take the food either. It was you the whole time. You were bringing food to the old lady that lives in the attic, weren't you?
Oh, so you found out about Aunt Dottie. This is most vexing. Please do not tell Lady Buffington about her. We are all very fond of the old lady, but she is so very poor. She is only a Buffington by marriage, you see, and not rightfully entitled to any of the Buffington money now. Old Lord Reginald is dead. She couldn't afford to live if she was thrown out of Buffington Hall. That's why we decided to hide her from Lady Buffington, you see. Please, do not tell anyone.
Well, if it's that important to you. But you won't be able to pretend there is a ghost forever.
That's very kind of you, sir. Anything else?
You wouldn't happen to know where I can find a torch or something like that?
Oh dear. Have you looked in the garage? That's just a place for practical outdoorsy items. Anything else?
Can I have one of those sheets?
One of my clean, crisply starred sheets. Certainly not. Get out of here. Anything else?
I'm just detectiving around. Don't mind me.
Well, that's the ironing done for today, then.
What's this? Seems I can't open this without a key.
I don't have it. Where's the key? Gone room. Whoa. What's this?
Ah, most interesting. I don't think this is a clue. What's this? Most interesting. Doesn't tell me anything new. What's this? Doesn't tell me anything new.
How do you get in the garage?
What's this? Well, what is this? I don't think this is a clue. What do we have here? I don't think this is a clue. What's this? What do we have here? What is this? What do we have here? It's not really a clue, is it? Interesting. Well, what do we have here? interesting. How interesting.
Garage. Let's go.
What's this? Interesting.
I think there is. Wait. Yeah, right here.
Well, well, well. This is old Mr. Pinky Fingers. Howdy, sir. Are you ready for a bit of excitement?
And what would that entail?
What would it entail? It would entail me and you leaving this spooky abode for some fresh air and some big game hunting. There is a beast out there calling my name, partner. Calling both our names if you'd care to join me. Following a trail to unknown and possibly dangerous locations. Catching onto your prey scent with your sniffing socket nose, seeing it eye to eye, aiming your trusted weapon, knowing it's either you or them. Well, I'm off. Don't be a wet blanket, Pinky Fingers. Meet me outside near the marshes, right behind Boffington Lake. There's a little bridge. I'll wait for you there, old hoss.
Most interesting.
Make me feel so good.
interesting. I quite enjoy carrying a bolt cutter wherever I go. Most interesting. Most interesting. Well, what's this? The water is much shallower than I expected. Hello?
Ah, the great detective returns.
It's come to my attention that Algernon and Estragon of Boffington, apparently quite quarrelsome brothers, even though they're twins, died by drowning each other in a nearby lake. Their ghosts are supposed to be still around, presumably to quarrel some more in the afterlife. The lake near Boffington Hall is far too shallow for anyone to drown in. I've personally seen a postcard that proves that Algernon and Estragon are alive and well and managing a diner somewhere on the southern coast. I therefore conclude that you are not Algernon and Estragon of Boffington.
How very perceptive of you. I'm not Algernon and Estragon. Least of all because I'm still only one person. I'm glad to hear they're alive and well, though. The way they were constantly at each other's throats, I wouldn't be surprised if they had managed to murder each other by now. I never understood this. It is a great blessing to have a sibling. If you are lucky enough to have one, you should always be kind to one another.
The so-called White Lady that is haunting the attic seems to be a certain Dorothea of Boffington. She was a very poor relation and ended her life all but imprisoned in a remote part of the house, locked away from the world. There's a very understandable reason to haunt a place, in my opinion. The servants report that the service bell rings very frequently for the White Attic, where Dorothea resided until her death. I have encountered the old lady myself. Dorothea of Boffington is still alive and still inhabits the attic apartment. I therefore conclude that you are not Dorothea of Boffington.
I am glad this misunderstanding has been cleared up. Nobody should ever treat family meanly. Always give them a roof over their head and a plateful of soup, if you can spare it. And they should do the same for you.
cook is very distressed about the ghost of Ludwig of Boffington, who apparently died as a result of his endless gluttony, and now haunts the kitchen to steal food. I've personally witnessed the housekeeper filching a bowl of soup from the kitchen. It isn't a ghost at all that's stealing the food. I have it on very good authority that Ludwig of Boffington wasn't fat because of all the food he ate. His circumference is the unlucky product of an affliction of the glands. I conclude, therefore, that you are not Ludwig of Boffington.
You are right. I am not Ludwig of Boffington. Poor fellow. Everyone was always making fun of him for being such a fat flamingo. We're usually such slender birds. And he couldn't help it too, because it was all the fault of his glands. You should not make fun of people's appearance ever. It is always hurtful, and you never know what you're talking about anyway.
What's this? It doesn't tell me anything new.
There you are, old hoss. Excellent timing. I've picked up a strange track leading into the marshes. Can't follow it properly, though, toting this big gun around. That's where you come in. I'll do the tracking, you'll do the toting. That suit you, Pinky Fingers? My old spare hat looks mighty good on you, partner. And it'll keep all the rain off you. All right, let's hunt some beast. All this rain reminds me of something that happened to me back in Old Town when I was a young and dashing rooster. Watch that puddle. Oh. I was visiting with an old friend of mine who was getting married, but his lady friend had a very annoying beast problem in her house. Oops, let's slide. Well, unfortunately, she died and the beast escaped, so we had to hunt it across all of the old continent. By train, by horse, by foot, you name it. Slippery stones ahead. Hup, hup, hup. After a very exciting hunt, we finally arrived at the lair of the beast, a mighty old castle on a hill. There was a showdown, but unfortunately my mind is really foggy as to what happened exactly. Hole in the ground here. Hup. In the end, love conquered all and the beast was slain somehow, although I can't say I was the one to slay it. Very unsatisfying outcome. I hate that. That's why I'm not going to let this beast here slip through my fingers like that. No, sir. Speaking of which, I can almost smell it now. We must be getting near its lair. Good job keeping clear of all that mud out there, partner. Okay, this is it. We're sneaking up on the lair of the beast. You stay behind me with that gun now. Don't shoot unless I explicitly tell you to. You got that? Would you look at that? There are stinking eggs all over the place. Looks like our beast got to procreate.
And look at all these half-eaten pineapples. So this is where Mr. McTurpin's prize fruit ended up. You will be so sad to hear this.
Here, some of these eggs are hatched. And what's this? There's a dead duck down here. Look, I wonder who did this.
That's the duck from the gas station. His name is Dankward. How can he be dead? He seemed completely fine earlier this evening.
How? Well, our beast is certainly not fooling around, my friend. It means business. Deadly business. But here's another one. This one looks like it might still be alive.
Why, that's Mr. Blind, Lady Boffington's lawyer. So that's what happened to him. The beast broke into his room, attacked him, and carried him off. What a terrible thing to happen.
You're right. That's Mr. Blind. I recognize him too. Lawyers, eh? Tough as weeds. Right. I'll try to get him out of there. It's the beast! Shoot, partner! Shoot it now! That was a close escape. Not thanks to you, old hoss. Where'd you learn to shoot, anyway?
I never fired a shotgun in my life.
Give me that shotgun. You're not getting that back before you've had some proper shooting lessons. Here's my trusty revolver. Cover our retreat with that. Let's take a moment to regroup here.
Now, what do we have here? Cheese?
Well, would you look at that? Didn't think I'd catch something this big in my old cheese trap. A lair full of eggs in the abandoned cabin. Horrible beasts that kidnap folk right out of Boffington Hall. Well, that is about the wildest story I have heard about Wienerwald Woods yet, gentlemen. And I have been the gamekeeper here for old Lord Reginald and his father long before him.
What can you tell us about the famous Beast of Boffington? You are the gamekeeper after all. If anyone knows what's in these woods, it ought to be you, Mr.
Foglump, sir. Fergus Foglump. And I believe I cannot tell you very much. If you ask me, this whole beast thing is nothing but a hoax. I patrol Wienerwald Woods on the regular, and I've never met any dangerous beasts, save maybe a squirrel or two. Anyway, you're welcome to sit here for a while and recover from all the excitement before you go back to the big house. I can make you some eggs if you like.
Ah, we're fine here, old hoss. We're fine. Why don't you fry some up for our old Mr. Blind, though? He needs to get something warm in his belly after all he's been through. There's something foul about this, Pinky Fingers. Why does our friend Foglump here set such elaborate traps if there's nothing wrong in the woods? I'll stay downstairs and keep an eye on him. You explore the house. That's more up your alley than mine.
What's this? It doesn't tell me anything new.
Leave me alone, you nosy swine. I have just had the worst day of my life.
Yes, I can imagine.
It was such a nightmare, the horrible beast. I won't forget it as long as I live. So many arms. And so many teeth. I want to go home.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't follow.
There was a beast. A horrible beast. At first I thought I was hallucinating. Lightning struck. And it must have struck my equipment. There was a flash that blinded me. And I was out cold. Next thing I knew, the beast was tearing at me with those horrible teeth, dragging me through the woods in the rain. My good suit is ruined. Oh, I hate this day. The amount of work I put in, the amount I do.
What is this? Doesn't tell me anything new. What's this?
Same old every.
What's this? What do we have here? Interesting. You, Slimy. I wonder who fancies such a rotten fish.
Well, it serves you right, sir, for snooping around in folks' basements without permission. And that's all I've got to say about that.
Alright, you're gonna have to do better than that, Mr. Gamekeeper. That is some dangerous game you're keeping in your basement. The least you can do is tell us why.
Well, I'd honestly rather not. But since you insist, it's an agreement old Lord Reginald and I had when he was alive. The beasts you see here are not natural to Wienerwald Woods. They were Mr. Reginald's secret. I don't know what he was doing with them in his lab up at the big house. But sometimes he did it wrong, and they escaped. When that happened, his lordship was counting on me to catch the beasts, you see. He would take them off my hands now and again too. But now his lordship is gone, and the beasts kind of pile up on me. I don't know what to do with them if I'm being honest. I keep catching more every day and the cages are filling up. What if I catch more tomorrow?
Well, that old hut is full of eggs, and most of them have already hatched. So it seems you have a big problem on your hands, my friend. But fear not, we're here to assist you with that. There's nothing I like better than a big old hunt. Are you with me, Pinky Fingers?
Well, I'd like to help, but you've seen me shoot.
Ah, well, we'll have to remedy that situation, of course. You need to be taught some real shooting, my friend. How about we fire up that clay pineapple machine of yours, Mr. Foglump?
I'll get the machine from the basement. You wait for me out on the pier.
Hooray!
All right now, partner. Why don't you try putting that there shotgun up against your shoulder and see how she feels? When you're ready, our good friend Mr. Foglump over there will fire a couple of targets up for you. All right now. Just to start, let's see if you can shoot down 3 of these flying pineapples. All you gotta do is point and pull the trigger.
Put it away.
That's okay now. Now, a shotgun's only got 2 rounds, so you best reload quick.
What?
That's okay now. Nice and easy. Take your time. Don't sweat it now. Ooh, just a bit wide. That'll teach that pineapple. So close. Nice and easy. Take your time. All right. Now that's a start. Now, let's up the ante a bit. This time, let's see if you can knock 6 of them out of the sky.
Put it away.
That'll teach that pineapple. Don't sweat it now. Nice and easy. Take your time. Bullseye. And a pig. Bullseye. That'll teach that pineapple. Ooh, doggy, now that's what I call shooting. I think you're ready for a real challenge now. We'll launch 10 pineapples and only 10 pineapples into the air. Let's see how many you can hit. Be quick on the reloads now. We're not gonna wait for you.
Put it away.
That'll teach that pineapple. Bullseye. And a pig. Bullseye. Right on the money. That'll teach that pineapple. And a pig. Don't sweat it now. Great shot. Bullseye. My hat is off to you, pink fella. Not bad at all. What do you say, pink fella? Enough shooting practice for today? You want to head back? Nice hit. And a pig. Great shot. Right on the money. That'll teach that pineapple. Bullseye. Right on the money. That'll teach that pineapple. Ooh, just a bit wide. That's okay now. My hat is off to you, pink fella. Not bad at all. What do you...
Well, that was remarkably easy.
What?
Well, most interesting. Who goes there? I beg your pardon? Is someone on the loo? They're dangerous. I need the baseball bat. Well, if you say so. What's this? I'm sorry, I can't understand a word you're saying. I'd better take that sock out of your mouth.
Ah, what a clout. Are you a professional baseball player?
No, I'm a private investigator, but you can call me Pig Detective.
Well, I'm pleased to meet you just the same. I'm Alfred Buzzard, from Legal Eagles in Big Town. Lawyer by profession. I'm here to help the new Lady Boffington to find her footing, now that the old lord has passed away. I must go to Boffington Hall directly. They must be expecting me with...
Well, your partner, Mr. Blind, has certainly not been doing a good job in your absence.
My partner? Mr. Blind? There is no Mr. Blind working for Legal Eagles in Big Town. You have been imposed upon. Who is this Mr. Blind of yours? I need to speak to Lady Boffington immediately.
Yes, but... who's the guy on the loo? You know, the one I just hit over the head with a baseball bat.
The guy on the loo? I haven't the faintest idea who he is. But he is some sort of shady criminal. That's for sure. He was lying in wait for me. I'm ashamed to say he overpowered me quite easily the second I walked into this room.
What peculiar behavior. Do you know what he wanted to achieve with that?
I am completely in the dark. He didn't take any of my valuables, and he never said a word. My best guess is someone wanted to confine me to this room for sinister reasons that are not...
Yes, but why are you staying at the inn and not at Boffington Hall like the other guests?
Why am I...
Aren't you afraid of
the ghost? But now
I'm sorry. So this is gonna be